It's always nice. We start the show out with laughter. At least I start out laughing because I've got the best producer in the world. We had some little weird techie glitches taking place. But I have to share, really and truly, if you know anything about metaphysics or energy and frequencies, you find that radios, TVs, telephones, street lights, all sorts of things tend to respond when you exert a higher vibration. Kind of fun. You can play a little game too at home. Now, I'll give you an example so this will make more sense and not sound so woo woo. Science supports this, but I'll give you a little something that'll make sense to you. If you've ever noticed someone who was madly in love, they beam. They don't even have to tell you that they're madly in love. Their eyes glow, they beam, their face is just filled with joy. There's just a sense about them, right? That's a raised vibration. That's a raised energy. The frequency that they are emitting is more intense than usual. By the same token, if you have someone who's feeling depressed, not only will you see it on their face because they're downtrodden or because possibly they look like this, there is a shift in the energy, a shift in vibration. And so when I speak about lights being affected and phones and radios and TVs, my family can attest to that. It's really funny, actually. I spoke to a family member earlier today who said he thought he was having a mom phone moment because of something going on. And I thought it was kind of cute. I don't think it dawned on him, pardon me, that it could have been himself that was having an impact on what was going on. So if you are finding that weird little glitches happen all the time unexpectedly, and everybody else around you seems to be absolutely fine with their technology, fine with whatever they're working on, you might want to turn it down a notch. And what I mean by that is simply allow yourself to feel very still for a moment, take a nice deep breath, and recognize that being still means you have control over what's taking place. What you do with that is you allow yourself to take in and control the moment. It's kind of a cool thing to do. And it's really quite simple. Just takes a little bit of this. Okay. I think I saw Sheila is on the line from Canada. Is that correct?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. You sound like you have an accent that's not specifically Canadian. Are you actually from there originally?
Yeah, but I lived in Toronto for years.
Got it. Got it. So it just depends, I guess, on which city you're in as to how the tone sounds when you speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have a specific question you wanted to address? Would you like me just to free flow and give you information or both? What would you like?
Oh, both is good. Could I start with a question though, please?
Absolutely.
Um, could you please tell me if my father left a will that my mother has been deceptive with me about?
Okay. Give me a moment to focus on this.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's interesting because for some reason it feels to me as if there is something left from your father, but not specifically a will. It almost feels as if it's a list of directives or a note of intention, as if, ooh, I'm getting confirmation here, as if it's not a proper will. If your mom is telling you that there is nothing, in her mind, she may be seeing it that way because it's not, again, I'm going to say, quote unquote, a proper will. But I do feel as if there is something there that lets her know what your father wanted. But I get the sense that in her mind, it's not, I don't want to say it's not important enough, but it's the only way that I can explain it, that what she's found paper wise is not important enough that she still gets to determine and decide what's taking place. You may have to pursue this by checking in with someone who deals with law and ask them to intercede on your behalf and ask her to submit or offer up any paperwork that your father had left with any sort of commentary in the event that he was no longer here. Because it could be handwritten, not notarized or not with a official seal. But again, I get the overall impression here that there is something that's there, hon. Hopefully that gives you a
Okay.
bit of, okay.
Okay.
It,
Um, did my father like leave my sister to distribute the will? Do you know, possibly?
see again, I get an ambiguous feel here. Okay, I kind of get the sense that it's your mom who's running the show. So
Mm-hmm.
put it this way, if your sister was supposed to be the designated party, it would only be at your mom's discretion that it would happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my sister told me that for like it was my mom would say there was no will, and then she'd say, "Oh, like she just would change the story," and then my sister said there was a will, and she was left to be the person who told like people what they got. But then
Right.
my mom, like the story I got, my mom wouldn't give her the will, and then when my sister pushed it, my mom like stopped talking to her and was like basically disowning her.
I'm so sorry.
So nothing ever became of it.
I really, again, feel that it's not a formal will. I do get papers there, dad's intentions, and it may simply be that he wrote something originally or had something done originally, and then your mom intervened and
Like
changed
maybe
things.
when he had dementia, she possibly got him to write something over.
I was going to say that, yeah, again, major confirmation here is if she kind of nudged him to make changes. So
Yeah.
I keep coming back to it's not official. And I feel like if you can get in touch with an attorney who specifically deals with these types of things, maybe you can just pay a small fee to ask some questions, get some feedback as to how to move forward. It would be helpful.
Okay.
It's unfortunately, it feels as if it won't be until your mom goes that you get the truth.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I do my best to try to keep things as constructive as possible, but I just not getting a great feel here. I will tell you that your mom is very insecure about her future. A big part of why she behaves the way she behaves. And I feel like this has always
Okay.
been she is. This is not something new.
Okay.
Okay, hon. On a higher
Okay.
note, just so that you know, we are in what, August, September, October, November, December, January. So get through the next 4 or 5 months here. Do your best to try to keep your chin up. January is going to be the start
Mhm.
for a really fabulous year for you. I feel like January and February are going to be amazing months.
Oh, good. That's good news.
All right, my friend, I wish you well. I truly do. And as I said, you might want to just inquire with someone who has a legal background to give you some insight. Maybe even look online. Sometimes you have attorneys that will offer assistance for a smaller fee than if you were to come into their office to just pick their brain.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
You're very welcome. Have a
O-
great night.
Okay. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. I know we have somebody else on the line, and forgive me. Jerry, is it?
Hi. Yes.
Oh, yes, I got you. Is it a J or a G?
What- Jeri.
Okay, I was just curious. And is it
Yeah.
Geraldine or it is Geraldine? Okay,
No, just Jerry.
it's just Jerry. Interesting.
Nope.
That's
And what
what
is
I
your
thought.
name? You don't sound like a Howie.
No, it's not Howie. It's Halley, Halley.
Okay, that's much better.
Yeah,
Much
it's not
better. Thank you.
HW. No worries. We're doing really great here on radio. See, your dog wants to get into the act too. I love it.
Yeah, he just started.
It's okay. Did you have a specific question you wanted to address?
No, I don't. I just
Okay.
wanted to see what I was given.
All right, you got it. I'm going to share something that's going to sound funny. I receive information in a myriad of ways. So sometimes it's I hear it, I see it, it's like moving pictures, I smell things, I taste things. I know it sounds really funny. I feel as far as heart palpitations, hearing little ringing in my ears. It just depends on what it is. I got the funniest picture in my mind's eye as soon as we started to talk. And that was of you pushing a shopping cart, like being in the grocery
Hmm.
store. And the feeling was abundance. It wasn't like, oh God, I've got to go to the store and get things. It was more a sense of abundance, of being able to just go, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. I get the feeling here that you're going into a really auspicious, a really abundant cycle over the next couple of years. We're in 24, 5, 6. I'm actually going to go up to 27. I'd say between now and March of 2027, you're going to find that a lot of doors open up for you. You're going to find that things that you didn't expect that would happen in your favor do. The biggest part of this, though, to make things happen faster and to be able to really enjoy is you have to let go of the stuff you've been holding on to. You're really good at holding on to the good and the not so good. Like you've got a really good memory when it
Right.
comes to if somebody hurt your feelings or if they disturbed you on some level or they made you angry. You have that neatly put in a box along with all of the wonderful good things. Do, if you can,
Right.
a little forgiveness work just so that you're able to truly take advantage of this good that I get coming in. Because I'd hate for you
I
to
wish I
miss
knew
it.
what that was.
Okay, so part of it I can tell you, and again, I get this shopping cart picture in my mind, which is kind of neat, is being able to have the things that you want that you haven't been able to get up until this point. And again, this is not just a short cycle of a couple of
Good.
months. The door is opening.
Right.
Little by little, you're going to start to see things come together. And I'm going to give a silly example, but let's say you wanted to get a new car, just as a little thing. And
Right.
you've been saying, well, I have to wait because I have to do this and because the money goes here. And it's been more a matter of having to organize and figure out how you're managing when you go and you get something big that's a decent expense. And yet what I'm getting is a sense of we're in August. I'm going to say by September next year, if you want to do big purchases, all you're going to have to do is say, I want to go get that. You'll find yourself in
Oh,
a
that would be
position.
nice.
It's a beautiful change because I feel as if the last 15
Okay.
years typically has been, oh my goodness, a push to just show up and take care
Yes.
and yourself to do what you need to do. And even if you weren't happy about it, you had to,
Absolutely.
yeah. This cycle,
So
thankfully, and
financially things are going to get better so I can take that stress off, right?
yes, yes. And again, you're going into almost a 2.5 year cycle that's coming up here. It's going to start out slow where you're going to go, oh, well, that's kind of nice, or oh, that's a surprise. And then all of a sudden you're going to start noticing there's consistency. Understand that it doesn't happen just overnight, meaning I'm not getting that somebody knocks at the door and gives you a big bag of cash, but I am getting that
Right.
all of a sudden the pieces start coming together for you so that you not only have your needs met, but again, if you want to go purchase something, you're like, I'm going to go get it. There's no other thought. It's just about the
That
joy of
would be
having.
nice.
So that's the direction that you're moving in. But as I said, you may want to do a little bit of forgiveness work simply so that you can take advantage of the abundance that's coming in the best way possible. Because whenever we hold on to old gunk, we don't realize it, but it does have an impact on how open we are to good coming in. So you want that door to be wide open for you.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Yes,
number one. Number
that would
two,
be nice.
getting throat. I'm
Actually,
getting
I've been wanting to have my porch redone to be into to be more into like a Florida room because I'm in
nice.
South Florida, and right now it's just a screened in mess, and the rain comes in and all that. And
Right.
I'm actually in the process of getting that done. They
Beautiful.
haven't
So that
started yet, but it's scheduled.
okay, and that may
So
be the very
that is
step.
a big plus for me.
Yes. And let me finish off here too, because I don't want to lose this. Sinuses, but specifically throat, you want to take care of. You want to make sure that your voice is strong. If you feel as if it's a little irritated, if you feel it's a little raspy, do whatever you can to rest it and nurture and take care of it. And the part of this I'm getting to is when you get mad, you don't hold back. So let me just say this. Ask yourself the question, do I need to say anything right now before you speak when you're angry? Because saying it in your head,
Okay.
very different than it coming out of your mouth. Give a little
Yes.
thought because it
Okay.
comes down to when you lose your patience, that's when it all just goes whoop and spills out. With this as well, I'm thinking in terms of flow of the energy that is coming to you. You don't want anything to hamper it, anything to get in the way. So just check in with yourself.
Okay.
If you find yourself agitated, just say, okay, do I need to say anything right in this minute? And if you feel in
Yep.
your gut,
That's a good point.
okay, if you feel in your gut that it's not necessary, then say, all right, I'll think about it later. Just kind of give yourself permission to let it go for the moment. I'm not saying don't feel the way you feel. I'm not saying change who you are. I'm simply saying make it easier for you to be in the moment. Important.
Got
Okay.
it.
Want to focus on your porch for a moment because when you get it completed, I feel like there's going to be more birds around. So you may want to set up a something on the glass or
More.
something nearby.
Excuse
Birds,
me. More what? I didn't hear what you said. More what around?
birds, birds,
You,
birds.
birds? Oh, birds. Okay. Okay.
You may want
I
to
love
get,
animals.
I got that. There's more animals coming overall, but specifically birds, and birds are known to be deliverers of information, whether it's in
Oh.
whether it's in mythology or you even look at the Bible, oftentimes we see, for instance, the dove after the floods. Noah looked to the dove to deliver a leaf, right? So they are the
Mhm.
bearers of good news. They can be a bad news too, but I feel like in this case, it's going to be for good news. And you want to make the space as
Awesome.
open and receptive as possible to the birds that will be showing up. And I feel like you will see some beautiful, beautiful animals. So it won't just be that blue jay or a little finch, you will notice all different color birds starting to show up once the porch is completed.
Good. I love them now as it is, and I bought a new bird feeder, one of those that it has a camera on it, and when the
Oh,
bird goes to go eat, the camera picks it up, and I can watch and it tell on my phone, and it'll tell me what kind of bird and all about it.
oh, that's wonderful. So it's right in alignment with what's
Isn't that
going to.
cool?
It is absolutely. You may need to have more than one
Yes.
camera. I'm just saying because what I'm
Okay.
thinking, if you
Well, I've got a ton of feeders already, but that's my special one I'll have.
good, I just feel like that's the thing to pay attention to. Okay. Now keep in mind if
All
you have
right.
bird food, you'll also have more squirrels. And that's going to be kind of fun to see who takes the food first, the squirrels or the birds. Have a great time.
Yeah, but they get their share too. So I've got so many out there that the squirrels they have theirs.
I love
I
it.
feed them all.
Okay, on a totally different note for a
Thank.
moment. I'm sorry.
Nope. I the phone kind of cuts in and out sometimes.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say I keep getting a sense that you should be going on a visit out of town. I don't know if you've scheduled it yet or not, but I feel like it will be very joyful. If you've been putting it off, it's time to say, I'm going to do it.
I am. I
Good.
I've been wanting to go on a cruise, on an Alaskan cruise, and I'm going at the end of the month.
Oh, fabulous. I'm jealous. Put me in your
Yeah.
suitcase.
It's
It's
one of those things every year I put it off, and this time it's like every year there's an excuse. So this time you just put it on a credit card and let's go.
good.
My age is
Good, good.
creeping up there every year, so
Like all of us for sure, but again, just remember you're stepping into a new cycle here and all of this good is going to start showing up and you've already started walking in that direction. You think about it, you've already scheduled the appointment for the porch. You've already set up your trip. There's more to come. I just know that if your focus is more on that good that is coming in the door, you can really take hold of it and really enjoy it. Now,
good.
I'm going to ask a funny question. You don't have to answer. However, I will simply say I just get a strong feel. When it comes to romance, I'm going to phrase it differently. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to make a statement. If you want more sweetness in your life, then you have to actually think about it a little bit more than what you've been doing.
Okay.
Okay. Because during this cycle that we have, I feel like there too, there's abundance if you want it.
Okay. Well, nice. That'll work
Okay.
too.
Awesome. I mentioned the very beginning, I don't know if you caught the very beginning of the show, but I was talking about energy and our vibration and what we put out into the world. And if we are in a happier space, if we are more content, if we are vibrating at a particular frequency, we can attract what we want. By the same token, we can attract what we don't want if we're not mindful of what we're putting out into the world. So as you start to
Okay.
unpack some of the old stuff, don't beat yourself up over anything. Just say to yourself, okay, that was then, this is now. Now I'm choosing to have more fun. Now I'm choosing to have sweetness. Now I'm choosing to smile more. It will make a huge difference at how quick your good comes to you.
Hmm. Well, I'm so excited to hear this because it hasn't been an easy couple of years. So this will be a nice change.
It will. It truly will. And the only other thing that I'm going to say is be mindful to stay hydrated. And even when you go on your trip to Alaska, make sure you drink enough water. Don't think, oh, I'm just going to drink whatever's on the ship and I'm not going to have any water. Be sure to have water too. because it's very important for you.
Okay.
Okay, my friend?
Okay.
Thank
Is
you for
there
calling.
anything I can do for physical energy?
Well, if you slept better, it would be helpful. Perhaps get yourself some music that is specific to creating peace during sleep, something that you could play in the background. Maybe check on YouTube, type in a restful night's sleep or sleep music for better health. I'm sure they'll have something.
Okay. Okay. All right. I never thought of that. So thank you so much, Hallie. I really enjoyed this.
Ah, thank you. I enjoyed you as well. Have a wonderful rest of your night, hon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye now. So it's not just me with the funny glitches sometimes with the phone and the sound, and it's technology. Woohoo! All right, folks, if you'd like to get a hold of me during the week, feel free to reach out to HalleyElise.com. That's HalleyElise.com, or feel free to call the office 561 755 2166. And that is in the US in case you are calling from another country. And then, of course, there is always email, Facebook, LinkedIn. Like most of us, you'll find me in a myriad of places. I do hope you were listening a bit about the energy, about what you put out. It's important. Take care.